The day of recording for this episode stands as April the 25th of 2023, which means it is time to get into the 96th episode of the show Too Long Didn't Scroll. A show for you to get your daily news fix without the hassle of having to scroll through a long and endless seeming news feed. Every day, an episode is uploaded detailing in a quick and listenable summary the most important events from the previous day to get your day started with what you need to know. We start off the events of this day in Taiwan, which stands as a disputed territory between the country of Taiwan claiming independence and the People's Republic of China seeking to integrate the island into its own territory. The issue of recognition of Taiwanese independence has historically divided countries around the world, but most countries have switched the recognition of the quote-unquote true China to the PRC, leaving Taiwan in the gray area in terms of independence. Only 13 countries recognize Taiwan and the Republic of China as the actual Chinese government, with a recent loss for this group being Honduras when they switched recognition to the PRC and ejected its Taiwanese diplomats. However, as of this day of recording, a show of support for Taiwan has occurred today in the form of a visit to Taipei by the president of the Central American nation of Guatemala, Alejandro Giammatei. During his visit, Giammatei pledged Guatemala's continued support for what he called the Republic of Taiwan. Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen welcomed his continued pledge to being a close diplomatic ally. Such a visit has occurred in the wake of Tsai Ing-wen making a visit to Guatemala herself just less than a month ago.
We could not complete the landing on the lunar surface. Our engineers will continue to investigate the situation, and then we will update you the further information once we finish the investigation.
Concerning the emerging Japanese space industry, we focus in on the Japanese company ispace, which had built and launched a lunar lander module that was to be the company's first foray into lunar exploration to be used during the so-called hakuto-r Mission 1. The lander also happened to be carrying a rover, Rashid, belonging to the Emirates Lunar Mission, intending to be the United Arab Emirates' first foray into lunar exploration as well. Transformable robots designed by the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency were also brought with the rocket. The probe, attached to a SpaceX-designed Falcon 9 rocket, launched and successfully managed to make the trip to the moon. The reports that the successful touchdown in the Atlas crater were not received when communication abruptly cut off. Analysts determined that the mission was ultimately unsuccessful due to the lack of sufficient amounts of propellant upon landing, leading it to descend rapidly before presumably crashing down onto the surface. iSpace's chief executive officer, Takeshi Hakimada, however, stated in an interview he is not disappointed with the results and that the lessons learned from this launch will be applied to the upcoming missions. In other news, the United Kingdom has begun a large-scale evacuation operation for its nationals in Sudan, and current American President Joe Biden has announced his re-election campaign for the 2024 American presidential elections.